I love the progression of all through Water Hazard up until the beginning of Black Mesa East here. The last chapter starts with you being chased at midday. Then, after going through all that and defeating your main pursuer, you get a brief respite from all that chaos. The pinkish purple clouds demand attention, and the environment is coated in a bronze film. I love a good sunset, and this is a great spot to enjoy it, especially knowing what troubles await Gordon not far in the future. Welcome to Video Game World Tours, and this is Half-Life 2's 5th chapter, Black Mesa East. This Resistance base is secluded. You can find it behind this unassuming warehouse, which has no doors leading inside, I might add. There's definitely other entrances to this base, but it's interesting to think about the journey we took to get here, how perilous it was. Whew. There's an airlock separating the outside world from the facility. Huh, kinda matches the loading zone between the tram ride and the labs in the original Half-Life. Even if that detail isn't a deliberate reference, it's a nice accidental parallel, at least. One of my favorite parts about the Resistance in this game is their ability to recycle. They need to be good at that to fight back against their oppressors. Here they make use of a simple traffic light. And we'll see a lot more. I always try to avoid this as long as I can. Imagine being Mossman watching Gordon cower in a corner. Hey guy. The tunnels. These are nicely lit up and comfy. I love the vibe of this space. It wouldn't be a bad place to hole up. Oh yeah, there's a lot of out-of-bounds areas in these tunnels. We'll look at some of them. I got a feeling there's nothing back here though. It does go down a bit. It's funny how they have this NPC walking back and forth. Poor fella. How did this truck get here? It couldn't have come from this way. Maybe it originally drove down that tunnel? It'd be a tight squeeze. If they ever do fix this up, they'd be in a real Austin Powers scenario. You take a little elevator ride, and there's some levels you only get brief glimpses of during normal gameplay. This is a lovely room. I guess people sleep in here, but it also has kind of a lounge vibe. Playing chess against a Vortigaunt. I don't quite know their whole deal, but I feel like that'd be an unfair game. They got brain powers or something. I'm not a chess guy. What can you guys tell me about the state of the board here? Anything notable about it? Why is this so tiny? Aren't you supposed to, sit at a vanity? Here you'd have to kneel or something. The legs are clipping into the ground, so the model does have a normal height. Peculiar. I noticed there was a tiny room back here that you don't normally get to see from the elevator. I was curious why they'd model this extra space here, and not just have it stretch out straight ahead. But I think they did it so there would be this particular shadow cast on the ground, that you can see from the elevator. It's a super tiny detail that you most definitely don't consciously notice, but it's just one more thing that adds to the world. This game is full of stuff like that. Details that don't seem like that big a deal by themselves, but when you add all of them together, it makes this world feel super cohesive. These stupid ass NPCs following me around the whole time. Leave me alone. Down here is the kitchen. Ooh, I'm super curious to see what kind of meals a Vortigaunt would make. Wait, what are they making? Yummers. Oh wow, all these props don't have textures on the sides you can't see from the elevator. I know some games do that, but I don't think I've ever seen it done for tiny props. Guess it's stuff like that that gets this game running as well as it does. They're just watching me. Sorry guys, I'll let you clean up this mess. Finally, there's some Vortigaunts doing whatever this is, to whatever these are. They don't stay around for long. The tunnel stretches out for a bit here. I like the scale. Near the end of it, Valve stopped caring about lining up the floor texture properly. You can actually see this from the elevator if you zoom in. I hope someone was fired for that blunder. After that floor, we reach Eli's lab. I didn't notice this side room when I played through this chapter. It's got a similar surveillance system to Kleiner's lab. Aw, look at that! The Vortigaunt kitchen is on the monitor. Do they not trust them as cooks? Is that why Mossman is watching them? She's xenophobic? I'll leave her to fight her inner demons while we move on. Ah, the lab. We got another hang out and listen for a bit space. These are great. They pack so much detail into them. And the dialogue is cool too, I guess. But ain't nobody listening to Eli talk in this video. We're snooping. I don't know what this thing is. It looks like it's part of some enemy that'll be revealed later. Genuinely, I don't remember much about the later parts of this game. Going into Water Hazard is about where my memory stops from back in the day. I'm seeing all this fresh, baby. This could be important foreshadowing, or it could just be a paperweight. I love not knowing. Some computers, like in Kleiner's lab. Aw, hell nah, the Vortigaunts be hunt and peck typing. Though I guess our keyboards aren't built for their lanky hands. This picture is cute. If you walk up to it, Eli talks to you for a bit about his family. It really makes this feel like a real space, with your friend noticing you're paying attention to something that means a lot to him, and he tells you about it. What's in there? Texture's too low res, can't really tell. I thought it was grass at first, but I think it's actually cables. Pretty sure I talked about this back in the Half-Life 1 video. It's interesting when textures are so low res that you can't even tell what you're looking at. Even with the jump from HL1 to 2, there's still textures in the world like this. And I'm sure in Half-Life 3, there will still be weird low-res models to find if you look hard enough. Trust me, I'll keep an eye out. Some books with actually legible spines. You'll love to see it. The Big Book of Big Text. That's a classic. I read that in high school. Advanced molecular blah blah blah. Strings, quarks, and me. The Extreme Agrotato. Oh hey, by Mark Laidlaw. He's a writer for the game. He snuck a book into the first game also written by him, that sneaky dog. From Here to There in a Second, written by Kleiner. That's cute, something meant to be in-universe. Are those Japanese characters? I noticed in Counter-Strike Source's CS office that there were a lot of books with Japanese spines. Texture artists for Source Engine games just can't get enough of these. Wait, what's that? Rotato. And it's a drawing of a potato rotating. Oh man, a big ol' board with a lot to see. Though this is less obscure than the one in Kleiner's lab. Eli even comments on this if you walk up to it. You're meant to read these. Some of the papers are almost illegible though. I think this one says, support Pretzel on Patreon or become a YouTube member today. He's also got merch at pretzel.cc if that's more your thing. Very considerate of Valve to shout me out like that. I'll have to give their stuff a shout out sometime. I love to shine a light on small indie games when possible. Got this doohickey to play around with. I don't know what I'm doing. Eli's been nagging me this whole time to move on. I think I probably should. You've seen all there is to— oh! Forgot to show off the room Alex enters from. Okay. Just a minute, Alex. There's a lot of blocked off hallways in this base. What was this originally? Do they say? Sometimes that stuff is in one ear and out the other for me. I'm the looking at the environment guy, not the listening to characters guy. At least for these videos, I'm not. The old passage to Ravenholm. We don't go there anymore, she adds. You don't say. I love how dim and spooky it is compared to the rest of these tunnels. Just a couple lights. Ugh, and looking through the window? I'd hate to have to go down there. If you no-clip around here, you might notice this blue room. It's always great finding these because you know they must have some purpose. It's not like they'd have a random blue room for no reason. They probably spawn an NPC in here for one of the video calls or something. Alright, time to get some fresh air. It's finally nighttime. Man, I'm just thinking about the geography of this place. We're in like a canyon? I don't know my geographical terms. Really, what was this place before the Resistance found it? Considering this is the spot where you get the gravity gun, I love how everything's set up like a playground here. They got so many physics objects for you to play around with. Like a billion boxes, a classic. A sink and a toilet, can't go wrong with those. A tire swing, I enjoy stretching it out really far. You can even do some climbing. It's so fun to do this. In free form too. It wouldn't be nearly as engaging if you could only pick up certain items and place them in certain spots. Aw, look at that! The HEV suit charger from Half-Life 1. Isn't that adorable? The Beware of Dog sign is adorable too. Alex mentions dog, and you kind of expect a dog. Bit of a jump scare when you do see him. Actually, I want to see someone's reaction to meeting Dog for the first time.
I love you!
Who doesn't love Dog? Going back to the recycling thing I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's so interesting to take a close-up look at Dog and all of the pieces that make him. You can't really tell what any individual piece originally belonged to, but you just know all of these parts were pulled from random machines and scrap pieces of metal. He does have a city scanner for a head. That's an inspired choice. Oh my god, they got a merry-go-round! Raised up on some kind of device. Maybe to make it easier to spin really fast? They even got some objects for you to throw in there once it's really going. They give you all the pieces to try out some crazy stuff. It's up to you to put them all together. I love that about Valve. Whether it's in Half-Life 2 or a Garry's Mod map, I will always take the time to play with these. Can't get enough of them. My only regret I don't have a baby doll to put in there. I think Dog's been throwing me boxes the whole time. Just keep at it, buddy. I'll get to you in a minute. How's Dog's house? Do your owners treat you well? I mean, at least he's got a mattress. And he can fit inside. He's doing fine. It's funny that you can throw the roller mine up into those pipes. It just rolls back down, though. It'd be even funnier if it got permanently stuck up there. But it's even more fun to try and shoot some hoops. It's a bit tricky to find the right spot to stand in with the right angle and all that. You can do it pretty consistently once you figure it all out. Do you mind? Oh, I guess they send a scanner in through the pipe. Definitely didn't notice that before. Just following Alex. Man, I sure hope nothing splits us up. Aw, shucks. Come on, surely Gordon can fit through that. Look at Alex, she definitely can. Well, if the story won't let me go through, I'll do it myself. I bless upon Gordon Freeman the power of no clip. It's interesting in what ways this space is different. That board with all the newspapers is gone. Guess the texture was kinda high res on there so you could actually read it. Makes sense they'd get rid of it. That one crate I pointed out is gone, the one that I thought had grass in it. Looking back in an old save, I realized they moved it to under this desk. The whole shelf that had Eli's family picture is gone. Well, wait, I'm sorry, and this is a completely different table. I almost didn't even pick up on that. I wonder if this is an early design. We noticed something similar way back in the Chapter 2 video. How you re-enter the train station you start the game in, and things are slightly different when you take a closer look. Obviously they remove some models to keep the poly count lower, since you're not even supposed to be in here. But the fact that there's just 2 different tables, and this crate is under here instead of off to the side, it's just weird. Plus you can see these cords reaching up to nothing. Maybe it was supposed to be closer to the teleporter, or maybe there was a server rack it connected to previously. I don't know. I can only speculate. The fence gate is gone here, and you can just barely see that it's missing from the expected playable space. I hope someone got fired for that Oof. This game does a good job of making Ravenholm seem like a scary place. Alex and Eli build it up as a place you don't want to go, and then you're practically forced to travel through, even though you could go up there, or there. But that wouldn't make for an interesting game. I mean, what would Half-Life 2 be without Ravenholm? Freaky down here, oof. Even got the guns on defense. They don't shoot you, thankfully, but they did kill this fast zombie. Man, these things are evil. Look at that face. Not looking forward to dealing with those. So I guess we'll just save it for next time. In our next visit to Half-Life 2, we will climb this ladder and go where one shouldn't. Thanks for watching, Pretizens. See you all next time.